Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations.
Welcome to our discussion on the top 10 mistakes beginning riders make in traffic. We'll talk about them as proactive tips and advice rather than mistakes that you didn't do. Next to being a bad rider, the most dangerous thing is going to be being surrounded by traffic. It's just asking for mistakes and accidents. But with the right knowledge, it can be made safer for those of us living outside the cage. So let's dive into the top 10 proactive tips for riding your bike safely in traffic on today's Graybeard Biker. Now, riding a motorcycle in traffic surrounded by cages can be a scary, daunting experience, like I said. The inherent dangers are amplified due to the disparity in size, visibility, and the protection, the differences between motorcycle and car, right? So while it is much safer to ride on your own, away from the hustle and bustle of traffic, it's not always practical or possible. That's why it is crucial for you to arm yourself with the knowledge and strategies to navigate through traffic safely. So today, let's go over a few key points that you can keep in mind to stay proactive, aware of your surroundings, and prepared for anything. My goal for today is to equip you with the tools that may help you to counteract the potential hazards posed by others' stupidity and or laziness and or ignorance when they're on the road. Let's dive in and explore how to make your ride safer and more enjoyable. Number one, riding along in traffic. Always stay proactive and adjust your speed. Don't make it a practice to ride parallel to cars for too long, because drivers zone out and they can forget that you're there. So try to cruise around, 5 miles an hour faster than the cars around you to kind of limit your exposure to them and make your presence felt as a moving vehicle next to them, right? But it's not just about going faster, it's about braking as well, because a moving object catches attention. So whether you're going faster than traffic or slower than traffic, you're standing out in traffic. So the more you move, the less likely that a cage is going to go blind to the fact that you are near them. It's not erratic if it's keeping you safe. Now, a lot of times you'll see a motorcycle swerving within their own lane to either warm up their tires or to keep the attention of those around them. Or, well, it could just be because it's fun. But a moving object is going to catch more attention. Number two, watching the white line at night. When you're driving at night, keep your eye on that outside painted line. If you see a car that's coming towards you, often with their bright lights on, it can make you blind. If you stay focused on that white line on the right side of the road, it can help you stay on the road when you're blinded by lights and prevent a potential accident. A lot of people simply don't care that they are blinding others around them because they can see better. And they are selfish little imps. Others simply forget what position their headlights are in. The best way to keep on the road when this happens is to focus on that line so that you know where you are on the road in your lane. And don't run into the idiot coming towards you with their brights on. Number three, Slow down and prepare for the worst at intersections. Intersections are crossroads of unpredictability. They account for 40% of all collisions, and about a third of all motorcycle accidents are going to occur at intersections. So, slow down, keep your senses particularly sharp, and your head on a swivel, and always expect the unexpected. Head on a swivel. Number 4, never stop your bike directly behind the car or truck at a stoplight or a stop sign. You've seen cars rear-ending each other. If you're caught in between that, it's motorcycle sandwich. Not good. Instead, position your bike into the corner or just offside of the car ahead of you. This gives cars behind you more space to come up next to you if for some reason they're not paying attention and they find they are too late to put on their brakes appropriately and maybe have to slam on their brakes because, they weren't paying attention. And God forbid they do run into you, it's better to push you beside the car in front of you than into the car in front of you. But more than that, it gives you an escape route. If you see them coming up behind you without stopping, evade, escape. And then I have a few more that are relative to that. 5, use your brake lights as a notification to those around you. On a motorcycle, it is often much safer and faster to downshift and use engine braking to slow down. However, that does nothing to tell people around you what you're doing. So, even if you aren't using the brakes to slow down, use the brake light. Tap on your rear brake or engage that front handbrake so that your light comes on, even if you aren't bearing down on the brake itself in an effort to stop. Turning that light on is going to announce to others that you are slowing down. Sometimes it can even alert them to your presence if they didn't see you on their own before that. And next, number 6, when you are stopped in traffic, either to the side corner of the car in front of you, as we mentioned in tip number 4, or at a stop sign or stoplight where you're the person in front, whenever a car approaches behind me, I start engaging the brake light using the handbrake. Not just once, several on and off, making that light flash and hopefully grab their attention. Should you have to do this? No.
I shouldn't have to! I shouldn't have to!
But a lot of safety on a motorcycle is being a defensive driver and finding ways to keep those cages that aren't paying attention from hitting you. Now, relative to these last 2 tips, keep your eyes on your surroundings and be ready to pull ahead quickly if necessary to avoid collision. Unfortunately, stopping in traffic isn't a time where motorcyclists get to relax. It's when you have to be on your highest alert. If you want to relax, stop somewhere on the side of the road. If that semi is coming in hot behind you and not responding to your blinking the taillight and the handbrake, be ready to literally move out of the way. Pull up beside the car in front of you so that you don't get hit. Defense, defense, defense. You've made an escape route with tip 4. Be ready to use it. Let me stop just a moment in the middle of this here to give you a reminder. If you are learning something from this video, if you enjoy it, let me know in the comments. Hit the little bell, do the like thing, and maybe subscribe to our channel. That's it. YouTube duty done. Number 8, look for early warning signs. Watch what the cagers are doing. Are they on the phone? Are they dancing to the radio? Are they arguing with a passenger or otherwise not paying attention? You have to stay hyper aware to make up for the fact that they aren't. Don't just look at the car, look at the driver in the car. Knowing what they are doing can serve as an early warning as to what they might do. But even more practical than that, if they have tinted windows or something, you can keep an eye on their front wheel that is closest to you, because that wheel is going to move before anything else on the vehicle does. Sometimes those mere seconds can save you. The front tire can give you a lot of information about what the car is going to do. Is it angled? Is it turned? Etc. Number 9, braking and accelerating in curves. Always remember to brake in a straight line, including while you're going into a curve, and accelerate as you're coming out of that curve. This helps to maintain control and stability of your bike. Now, crotch rockets will tell you about all of the other ways to take corners, but that's racing. This is a safe practice whether you're on a car or a bike. I'm not talking about racing. I'm not talking about if you have the goal of going fast. I'm talking about you arriving safely. Number 10, cover your brakes. In traffic, keep your fingers over the brake lever and your foot over the rear brake pedal. This is going to reduce reaction time in case you suddenly have to stop. Lastly, a few things you can do before you get to traffic that will help you. Consider them bonus tips. Practice emergency maneuvers. Regularly practicing emergency maneuvers like quick stops or swerves is going to give you the confidence to pull those off if ever you have to react quickly in a real life emergency situation. And it goes without saying, do regular maintenance checks on your bike. If your taillight is out, you are starting out with a disability. If your tire pressure is low, it's not going to respond as well, etc. So just keep up on your regular maintenance. Now, a thread that kind of runs through all of this. When you're on the road, in traffic, on your motorcycle, is not the time to be all high and mighty about what your rights are.
Now's not the time for dick measuring, Stuart.
Do you have rights? Yes. Should you have to be more careful than the driver in front of you? No. But save that argument for if they do hit you. Do everything you can to avoid getting hit up front. So, kind of throwing your thumb at them and daring them to hit you, not a good idea. They're bigger than you. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider a super thanks, joining our YouTube membership or Patreon. Patreon is making some changes. We may get rid of that and just have YouTube membership soon. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. I put out videos like this regularly along with other episodes that are relative to the biker community. You can also support us by getting a shirt or hoodie from our merch store below the video here. But that's going to be it for today's video. Just assume everyone around you is an idiot or asleep at the wheel, and you can stay alive. When you're riding a motorcycle, it's not a time to stand up for what ought to be or your rights as a driver. Save that for the what if. Now, a lot of these tips that I gave today will work for you in a car as well. So just make the ones that are relative to both car and bike a part of your normal driving practice. Now, disclaimer, this advice is given freely based on my experience. However, you decide what you do on the road. I am not liable for any misinterpretations or mistakes that you make when riding your motorcycle. Always ride responsibly and within your limits. Remember, these tips are not just about avoiding little slip-ups. They're about making sure you're safe, confident, and still having a blast while you're out there on the road. So, I hope this served you well, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay free. Keep it shiny side up.